A couple weeks ago, I did a review on a device called the GetPairr Cast, which let you be able to mirror your phone on your main display unit in the Tacoma or really any newer car. Well, today we're going to be doing a review of a different product from the same company, but this product you don't have to use your phone at all, which is really cool. So as long as you have a hotspot in your car or you can use a hotspot on your phone, this is a device. It's called the GetPairr Go 2.0. It's a device that on its own has apps installed on it, so you're able to watch Netflix and streaming apps through that device. It comes preloaded with 4, but it also kind of has like a Play Store where you can go in and download up to 5 more streaming apps, which is great. So we'll be doing an unboxing to show you what exactly you get in it. Then I'll be running you through how to set it up. We'll be testing it out to see how well it actually works. And then at the end of the video, we'll talk about final thoughts. Is this something that's worth it? Is it worth the cost? How does it compare to the competitors and all that fun stuff? So let's go ahead and jump into it and see what comes in the box. Taking a look at the box itself, it's always important to me. Now this is something that may not be important to some people, but to me, looking at the box and how well it's packaged and the design of it and stuff really shows you, like, is this a company that cares about everything from the packaging to the product? Some things you get and it's literally just in a bag from Amazon, but this is well packaged. It feels very secure, like nothing is going to fall out of it. So taking a look, we can see this is what the actual device looks like. It's the GetPairr device. We'll flip it over here, just have like some contact information, like the support phone number, as well as some other information here. So this is the box itself that it comes in. Of course, it has instructions, which is super important. You always want to make sure that you have the instructions on how to set everything up. I will be walking everyone through that. So you don't necessarily need these if you're going to watch this entire video. So taking a look as to what actually comes in the box, you have the GetPairr Cast. So this is the main device. This is where the apps are stored and how you will access all the streaming apps. Now, for those of you that have a 24 Tacoma, you'll realize that you don't have any USB ports like this in your Tacoma. So you're going to be like, okay, that might be a problem. But it comes with this adapter that you can plug in the USB port into, and then you plug that into the head unit on the side of the head unit in the Tacoma. So that's really great. So this is what actually powers the device. So you'll plug this into here, and then you'll take the cigarette outlet and you'll plug it in. You'll get a device. It doesn't come with one, but you'll plug it into a device that essentially will be able to pull power. Or if you have a car that actually has a USB, you can use that. But this is kind of how it's set up. I will run you through how all that works now. If you have the new 2024 or 2025 or newer Tacoma, depending on when you're watching this video, all you have to do is take this device right here, put the USB into the USB attachment, and you're going to come right here and plug this into the side of the head unit. And with this, you can just tuck it back there. What we're going to do is the next step is going to be to plug something in there and then plug it into the adapter right here. The next thing you want to do, once you get this hooked up, go ahead and plug in this cord in the bottom of the GetPairr device, and you'll want to go ahead and hook it up to a cigarette lighter. This is the cigarette lighter. This is just an adapter that I bought, so you definitely want to make sure that you have one of these laying around, and that is how it is set up. So we'll go ahead and power it on and see what it does. So I went ahead and turned it on. It popped up with a screen, like loading screen. Then it said, you know, make sure you're not using this while you're driving. And then it takes you to this screen where you select the language that you want. So we'll go ahead and pick English and push the next button here. After I hit the next button, this pops up. It's asking me my location. I'm in the United States. So we'll go ahead and press the next button. Now, one thing that I noticed is when you press this next button, it doesn't do anything, but if you press out here, it does. So I don't know if this is just a glitch with the Tacoma or everything, but if you're pressing the next button, it doesn't work, then just make sure you press a little bit over from where it is. Time format, 12 hours. So we'll hit over here. Okay, and then connect to Wi-Fi. We will do that. Then once you click on the Wi-Fi network you want to join, it'll go ahead and have you put in the password. I went ahead and connected to the wireless network for my house just for testing purposes, and something popped up saying, do you want to download the latest update? So right now we are currently updating it. That way it is completely up to date and ready to go. The software has been downloaded. Now it is currently updating on the device. With this, if you don't have time to sit and wait for this to upload, you don't have to update it the second that you plug it in. It'll still be able to work just fine. However, with everything, whenever you update it, because it is connected to the internet, it's always just best security practice to make sure you're running the most up-to-date version of any software. The update is done and is now restarting. This is the restart screen once it powers up. Once it powers up, you'll see this warning screen, which just tells you not to use it while you're driving. We'll go ahead and hit accept. And you can see we have Netflix, YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Prime. Let's go to YouTube. So we can see it actually loads up pretty quick here. Now that we have YouTube pulled up, let's go ahead and search for everyone's favorite YouTuber. Oh look, it's the Tacoma Enthusiast. All right, so we have demonstrated we can successfully access YouTube, and you can also see comments, you can skip through different parts of the video here. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the other apps. No need to continue to watch the flamethrower. So we also have Netflix, YouTube, Amazon Prime. So let's just go ahead and pull up Netflix here. All right, we can see here it loaded fairly quickly. We have the sign it up here, frequently asked questions, all that kind of stuff. So this is definitely a great tool if you don't have your phone. This is a great way, just make sure you have Wi-Fi accessible. But overall, this is great. I like that it has different apps. You can download different things. You can have different devices connected to your phone, different music. It's a video player software. So it's got a lot of different things. This is a great way to be able to essentially make this a smart display. So let's talk final thoughts. Is this device worth it? Overall, yes, I do think it is. I think it's priced competitively compared to other devices that do the same thing. One thing, really the only negative about this is that, at least on the Tacoma, I'm not sure, I haven't tested it on other vehicles, but the button, so if you're trying to press something, it's about an inch off. So if you're trying to press one letter here, you need to press the letter next to it in order for it to press that one button. So that may just be a little bit of a glitch or the way it works with the Tacoma, because the Tacoma does have a 14-inch screen. So the screen is massive, so the formatting may be a little weird, which is why it does that. But I definitely think that it's worth it, even with that minor inconvenience. I think it's cool that you don't have to use your phone. You can stream stuff, look up YouTubers, all that kind of stuff, just using this device. It's super simple to set up. That's one thing that's important to me, is when I get something, I don't want to spend an hour trying to figure out how something works or how to plug it in, or if it has to get plugged in 15 different places. So that's one thing that I like about this. The setup was really smooth, easy, quick. It's very functional. It's not laggy when you're scrolling through stuff or loading apps. it loads pretty quickly. So overall, I do think that this is worth it. I'll throw a link in the description. So if you are interested in this, it's definitely worth checking out. I think it's a good price for what you get. That's all I got for you today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.